Hello everyone, my name is Ario Hamonangan and we're from Group 5. Today we want to present our presentations about attack and supervision. So in this introduction, we want to explain about what is attack and supervision first. So an attack that could endanger a person under surveillance in server or computers. So what objective we use? We use monitoring systems, system implementations, malicious code type, and definitions and spread of malicious code and computer virus. So what is definitions of monitoring systems? Monitoring is the process of recording and analyzing performance on systems and networks. So the purpose of monitoring is to identify every activity that occurs on the systems, such as error checking, network traffic, checking network service, the status of computers on the network. So monitoring is used to maintain the systems and network performance. And then malicious codes. So what is malicious codes? Malicious codes or malicious for sorts or malcodes for sorts are defined as all kinds of programs, macros or scripts that can be executed and created with the aim of destroying computer systems. And therefore bugs created accidentally by programmers and do not fall into these categories. But for a really annoying bug is a lot of people categories is it as a malcode. And then spread of malicious code and computer viruses. So computer virus is a computer program that can reproduce parts of all known code by infecting or modifying other programs and adding or overwriting codes from uninfected programs with code that can infect other programs. And this duplication process takes place without the permission of knowledge of the computer's users. So a virus is not just about multiplying. Many viruses take certain actions depending on the manufacturers. So in order to increase the spread rate, a virus also has a certain tricks to use. And then what is the how to protect the attacks? So how to protect it is to changing the servers, maintaining the network, and contact the authorities. So in this monitoring is classified into two. There's system monitoring. So system monitoring is the process of identifying the characteristics of system performance. So the identified characters are first is processes that are running on the system, configurations of the systems, service used by the system, file system use, and usage of memory by the system. And system monitoring, and there's network monitoring. So network monitoring is the process of monitoring components on a network such as servers, routers, access points, and switches. And the characteristics of monitoring on the network is services that are on the networks. So why is monitoring necessary? Because it's their review progress, identify problems in planning or implementation, and make arrangements so that we are more likely to make a difference. So what is benefit of monitoring? So monitoring is encourage us to reflect on where where we are walking and how are we getting to it, provide information and insights, and awakens to us to act on that information and insights. So because monitoring makes a difference to the problems we're trying to work for. And that's it for me. The other areas will explained by my friends. Thank you for listening.
Okay, I will now explain about what is IDS, how does IDS work, and the types of IDS that are available out there. So what is IDS? IDS is the process of monitoring events against a computer or network system and analyzing and managing potential threats. So how does it work? It works like an antivirus. So it basically scans every packet or recognize certain behavior patterns that may lead to a potential threat. So, and there are two types of IDS currently out there. The first is the NIDS, which is the network-based IDS. And then we have the HIDS, which is the host-based IDS. So this is the example of IDS, like how it works. So first it will read the packets that comes through from the internet. And then it will detect like patterns or if there's any threats. If there's a threat, it will discard the packet. That's why sometimes you see missing packets from application that we install from the browser because the IDS deletes the packet so it will not harm your computer. And then if there's no threats, it will send to the CMD console. So there are currently two tools that we recommend for IDS. The first one is Snort. Snort is a network-based IDS that works using signature detection and can also function as a sniffer and packet logger. And then there's the second one, which is Honeyspot. Honeyspot is a system or computer that is deliberately sacrificed to become the target of attacks from hackers. So for Snort, it scans uh, and recognize patterns, but for Honeyspot basically creates a dummy for the hackers to attack. So these two are the example of how Snort and Honeyspot works. For Snort, you can see here there's a rule header and a rule option. So this is what it looks like when there's a attack detected. Alert, this is the action that came from Snort. Then there's protocol, source address, source port, direction, destination address, and destination port. This is what it will look like when there's a threatening packet detected. See, you can see here the TCP packet is detected. This means that there's a threat. Meanwhile, for Honeyspot, how it works is that so from the internet, it goes through the firewall first, and then if there's a and if the firewall scans an attack, it will send the packet to the scan attack log. So it basically saves the attack logs, and if there's no attack, it will go through the router hub and then your internet network. So that's basically how the IDS works. Next, my friend will explain about malicious codes.
Hello, my name is Liandu Rohiim. Today I want to tell about next slide. Malicious code. 1. Virus. Example, multi-partite virus. And the definition is a virus that infect both the boot sector and files. 2. Worm. Example, Happy 99 or SKA is a worm Microsoft Windows from email. 3. Trojan. Example, DOS Trojan horse is reduce computer speed or deletes file on certain days or situation. 4. DOS attack. Example, if the system being attacked is a server that handles commerce transaction, then if the server is not functioning, the transaction cannot take place. Next, types of denial service or DOS attack. One example, ping off that attack using command. This is the command prompt, and these people will attack your command. 2. Scene flood attack, and this is the attacker will attack the bot, and the bot will attack the target. 3. Smurf attack, the first attacker to router and attack the device, and the next is victim. 4. The DOS attack. So many computer or laptop will attack one server. Next, non-virus criteria. A program that function as the should, meaning if a program has a way of working like a virus, but is used that the will of the user, it is not considered a virus, because both the program and the user have mutually agreed, and the result can be controlled properly, then the program is something normal. Program error or bugs. A program error does not mean a virus, and vice versa. A normal program is not always error-free, while a virus itself does not have to contain program errors. However, because the way viruses work tends to be more out of the ordinary, this creates a lot of problem. If a virus by mistake infects a program, it is only natural that the program ends up having an error. Not all antivirus have sufficient detection accuracy, especially because the virus itself tries to avoid being detected. Broken program. Some programs are really damaged because of the hardware, for example, so they get stuck when running. It is not always that the program must contain a virus. Thank you for attention for my group. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.